Hello. Hello. Oh, it's me. Hello. Oh, it's me. Hello. Oh, it's me. Hello. Oh, it's me. Hello. Well, that was pretty funky. I thought it was quite exciting.
Lewd.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hey, thank you, Morg.
Lewd.
23 delicious, bitey months of vampirism. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much, Morg. Hope you're doing alright. And thank you, Holly. Hello, hope you're feeling better. A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Head's an interesting beast, but I definitely wanted to stream. Thank you very much for the support as well. You're a gem, Holly, seriously, thank you. Oh. Thank you very much, you two. Much appreciated. Hello, who have we got in here at the moment then? Hello, Deeks. Hello, Solency. Hello, Pumpkin. Hello, Playful. Hello, Morg. Hello, Melancholy. Hello, Grosh. Hello, Nat. Hello, Holly. Hello, Nolden. Hello, Froggy. Evening, evening. Yeah, I am doing a bit better than yesterday, yeah. Just definitely from the feeling a bit, you know, that kind of. Hey, Bloom. Hello, everyone. Hello. Right. So. Oh, thank you for the host, Bloodmon. Appreciate that, man. I am here. No, you stop. Or something. Angry Marine 8th edition fan code. Is that a Warhammer thing? I see the word Codex and I think Warhammer for some reason. You beat this the other day. Oh, nice one, Bloodmon. What do you think? Let me just get the old twat chap up a minute. There we go. Nice. Hey, Sticks and Strings. Your dad and I got a dog today. Doggy! I think it is basically legal that you have to post pictures of your new dog. Just FYI. Hey, me Willow. Willow lurk mode activated. You feel wonky and your throat's killing you, but you're here. Oh, welcome. I hope you feel a bit better. Boom, boom, cha. This is so. The music feels very vampire-y as well. I like it a lot. It's good shit. Good shit. All right. Hey, Vectorbar. How's things? Haven't seen you in ages. You alright, dude? Oh, nice one, Pumpkin. Thanks for doing that. Hello, Noble. A little bit. I felt absolutely bloody awful last night. So, I really wanted to stream. It really annoys me because I love streaming, and like I don't think this is like a gotta log on and do this thing. It's just I spend all day looking forward to it. Even on my weekends, like I legitimately try and plan like make sure I gotta be back, even if I'm going to being social, make sure I'm back in before this time doing this because I really like streaming. I was a bit sad about that. So. Oh, nice one. Thank you, Noble, for posting all those bots. It's very useful. Hey, the Keel. You're good, just been busy with work. Oh, I know that feeling. Trust me, at the moment, with the global epidemic, working in the health industry is an interesting time. I'm sure Holly can attest to that as well. Pain in the ass, I tell you. How do I go around posting pictures? You can't be asked making an Imager account. If you've got a Twitter account, you can post, or you can just slap them on the Discord, or, you know, whatever works, really. And you haven't got to make an account for Imager. You can just upload them. You haven't got to make an account. I don't think I've ever had an Imager account. I just slap that shit up there. Cries. Yeah, seriously, right? Smiley face, sob. Ugh, I spent all of Friday preparing things for stuff, and it took a long time. And today, basically went to a meeting where people went, "Brah! Brah!" And I was like, yeah, alright. And they were like, "Brah!" So that was fun. Anyone else able to connect to Discord? No, my Discord's up. Mine's looking okay. Yeah, mine's alright. Archie, is that the doggy's name? Ooh, yes. Hey, Kales. While I'm meeting with a bunch of raptors. Oh, you know how it is. Sometimes you got a raptor. What's up, the kill? What do I know? What do I know? Reset the old router. Reset your flush DNS routing tables. Yeah, do an IP config / flush DNS. Restart router. Give it a pop. See if that makes a difference. Right. We are roughly about 5 minutes in. Flaming head pats are good. This is annoying, my headset isn't sitting there. Do that? Is that right? Like that? Stupid. Sorry, my headset isn't sitting right. You know what that feels like, right? I've heard of Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've never personally, played it. Alright, shall we? Get cracking. Beautiful. You're playing Overwatch, nice one, Froggy. Crack all of the things. I will crack everything that is relevant. So, just quickly then, those of you who weren't here last time, by the way, if I sound like a bit more coherent than usual, because I've decided to be naughty and not take my pills this evening, because they've been making me feel shit all day, so I'm being a scab and cutting them out for this evening. So I should be a little bit more awake as well, and a bit more alert to do story time with Halloween. Woohoo! Which is nice. Hey Cowhat, this is not Bloodlines 2. This is not Bloodlines 2, this is a visual novel. The doctor advised some big titty vampires as medicine. Well, I've got some good news. Right. Load. Oh, yeah, I was about to explain. Yes, anyway, so those of you who weren't here last time, I'm not sure who, but if anyone wasn't here last time and wants me to explain where we're up to, I'm more than happy. Don't feel like you're being annoying, or don't feel like you're, you shouldn't ask. So it's never a problem. Hello, Anna. Is that why? Is it going to make your head hurt more? Yes, absolutely, but I'm feeling nauseous all day and feeling a bit lousy, so indeed. So I'm just shaking them off for this evening. If I feel terrible, I start withdrawing like a horrible crack fiend, I'll take them, don't worry. I'll be sensible about it, but I just want to have a bit of a clear head this evening. Clearer head, I should say. I have taken some, like earlier, but I'm not taking a lot.
Lewd.
Oh, thank you, Anna. I'll be feeling better in a bit, hopefully. Oh no, you got the lurk, have you, the kill? I hope you feel better soon, dude. Okie dokie. So last time we are a Ventru called Victoria, I believe, and we weren't initially that, of course. We were a office worker. We are high up there, office worker as well. Oh, thank you, Cowhat. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I kept thinking that as well. Boat D's as well. Seriously, I kept thinking that she fucking put her finger through it. It's really weirding me out. But never mind. Thank you so much, Calhat. That's really lovely of you, dude. Thank you. No, sadly not 6 and string. It's I feel I'm a bit of a lost cause, unfortunately. But hey, so we were a office worker, and we were working late one night when our boss told us to meet a very important client. That very important client turned out to be very, very suave and sophisticated and magically enticing. Magical in being perhaps the operative word there. Turns out, he was a vampire. Chomp, chomp, chomp. We got turned. We happened to bite a man. We were at a restaurant when this happened. We happened to bite a waiter when he turned up, or a concierge, as they said, which is a bit unlucky for him because he dead, I think. And then we got told to get into a car by a very strange-looking vampire who looks a little bit like me, which is a bit weird. And we were told to wait out the evening. The next day came, and we've been taken to a vampire gathering in an Elysium, where we were told, well, we had to wait our fate. We were born, or we were sired out of permission, just like at the start of Bloodlines. And, well, potentially we could have been killed. But luckily, a lovely lady came to our rescue. So isn't that nice? A lady called Sophie. That lady on the front cover, right there. The one who's kind of eating an apple, maybe, or sticking her tongue out, but she wouldn't eat an apple because she's a vampire and she'd throw up. So I'm always a bit puzzled by this picture, but just go with it, you know. If one of your bosses pulled you aside and was like, yeah, I was like, I'm actually a vampire, I'd be like, yeah, I figured. Yeah, seriously, right? So I'm actually like part of an evil secret society. Obviously. Oh, before we get started, let's look at Archie. Yes. Oh, Archie is cute. Oh, look at the doge. Oh, doggo. Delicious.
Lewd.
Very strange vampire looks a bit like me. Seriously, right, Nolden? You should have seen that. Also, some vampires have the ability to keep down food for keep appearances. That's true. Yes, they do. They can turn organs on with using blood points, can't they? But still. That's alright, no worries, Akio. You rest up, dude. That's the important bit. Right, let's load and get going. Victoria, Night 1. There we go. So this is where we were talking to Sophie. So again, this is basically story time with Halloween. There's gonna be no crazy, like, gameplay segments as far as I'm aware. So it's just chill story night, which actually kind of works, you know, because I'm still feeling a bit dodge, and this is gonna be good fun. The vampire that looked a bit like me was not a top hat and monocle kind of dude. I don't know if we got a picture of him in the glossary. Is there any characters we can see? The prince. No, there's no actual encyclopedia of characters. Kodar is his name. Archie does need a top hat and a monocle. It's true. Thank you for the bits, Nolden, by the way, dude. It's very nice of you. Right. Let me go scroll. Okay. Tomorrow, I shall take you hunting, and we will explore this topic further. The topic being the work we're doing for her. The fact that now Sophie is responsible for us. So, yes. That's alright, no worries, Havoc. You stay as long as you like to. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you happy for now. Hello, Eldritch Bob. Haven't seen you in a while, man. How's things? Who else is looking forward to Bloodlines 2? Mate, I'm so looking forward to Bloodlines, I have fucking Bloodlines tattoos. Well, Vampire the Masquerade tattoo. So, yeah, just a smidge. Very, 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 very much looking forward to Bloodlines 2. Seriously, I will take the fucking week off work. Almost certainly. Like, I'm just gonna... I'll stream it. I'll be streaming it, so it's gonna be pretty much everyone here, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you very much for the resub, Eldritch Bob. It is always a pleasure to have you here, my man. You mentioned a beast? Well, what should we talk about? So, what do you mean by hunting? That's not Victoria. That's Victoria the vampire. Did you say hunting? As in rifles, hounds, and funny hats hunting? Nothing of the sort. Don't be silly. We are predators, but we are civilized. And most importantly, there is the masquerade, the masquerade to consider. I will get back to that. A hunt may take many forms. There are those of us who like to seduce kine, up to and including the motions of intercourse, if you feel like it. Others prefer to feed under the guise of a mugging or an assault. Dirty. Except for the new Bloodlines, not sure your PC can take it. It's coming out on the consoles as well, I believe. So I believe this one's coming out on consoles and various bits and bobs, which is good. Oh, I hate when that happens, Morg. It's such a pain in the arse, isn't it? I'm very excited, Six and Stream's very excited. Some have herds of retainers for the purpose of feeding. Drinking from sleepers in their homes is not uncommon. Blood banks are an option to the few that can tolerate it, though they are frowned upon. People like Vandal and Gribbly. You'll need to identify these opportunities and decide for yourself whether to pursue them. But make no mistake, you will have to hunt to survive. Yay! Story time with Halloween! Thanks, Theo! Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Love the little bitties. Thank you. A hilarious and vaguely spooky thing. That's not correct, not. What is this hilarious and vaguely spooky thing? Anyone want to come on a cruise with me? No! Go away, Hugh. The concierge returns, asks for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile, and leads him to whisper in her ear. You know that the gallery is now almost empty. I'm being told that the gallery is about to close, but we still have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. One of? Oh, sorry for some, innit? Barely afford the rent on one. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Jalopy, as in car? Because jalopy in the UK is slang for shitty car. I don't know if this is still... Let's see. Huey? Hooey. The smile she puts on could tip any negotiation towards her favour. Her words are like honey, and she makes it impossible to take your eyes off of her. You're under her spell momentarily. Oh look, she's got a driver. It's quite exciting. This is not a jalopy. This car has a radio. This can't be a jalopy. And she has a driver, honestly. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven, middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. Oh, where did we leave off? Ah, I believe it started telling you a bit more about our customs. You heard the prince refer to our traditions. The chief among them is the masquerade. The music is lulling you to sleep. No, don't fall under the vampire spell. Remember, you wanted big titty vampire girls. How you gonna see that if you're asleep? As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doings tend to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise our existence. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and muddle the facts. So, to the vast majority of kind, we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. Say, is that one television show about a vampire angel still popular? Vampire angel? Oh, about Buffy. It's got to be Buffy as an angel. Right. Wait, so does that mean this is set in 2000... What was it, 2006? 2005? You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Guess she liked Angel. I mean, who doesn't like David Boreanaz? Our clandestine ways help us remain safe. Sorry, it scrolls, which is a little bit weird. I feel it could do with a smidgen more text to it. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of the 21st century humanity, and dictate most of our interactions with the mortals. Is your driver a vampire too, then? So, if it's such a secret, then I'm guessing your driver's a vampire too. Hey, Jessica, you alright? Oh no, the fleb! Did they steal your blood? Nasty flebs. Wasn't there a show about Angel for short? Yeah, Angelus. Unless there's another show about it, I guess. You don't know how old she is, so she might just not say car. Yeah, she could be old-fashioned, I suppose. That's true. Jalopy's a shitty car, so anywhere users is just... Oh, okay. Jalopy's also a video game, is it? Oh, dear Gregory here? No, Gregory's not a vampire. Although he is a loyal servant and such is trusted to not spill our secrets left and right, you'll realise that with time that such help is very much welcome. Gregory watches over me during the day hours. Sun burns our kind, that's why we take our rest when it rises. It's more akin to being dead than asleep, which as I'm sure you've already experienced. But not everything you've heard about vampires is true. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, running water. Even religious symbols don't repel us unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Stakes through the heart, though. That's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they paralyze us. You're having the most Monday-ass Monday ever. Ugh. Is it at least over, or have you got to just chill for a little bit? It's Monday! It is Monday. Well, that's just another reason to have someone like trusty old Gregory here. Making sure you're safe when you drift away. We have many enemies, and they often know their advantages lies with the daylight. Oh. So, vampires watch each other's backs then? You mentioned enemies, I guess that means it's necessary to watch each other's vamps. Can you count on other vampires for that? She surprised you by letting out a soft chuckle before answering. Ha. No. Our little sect supplies social interactions aplenty, but it doesn't really encourage counting on someone. Support given in exchange for favours. Yes, that's more like it. Hey, Spookums! Here, dude. Those wipers are really shitty. Yeah, Angel. Yeah, it's the Buffy one, Kane. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. With David Boreanaz. Boreanaz? Yeah, whatever. Either way, Angel from Buffy. There's his own TV show set in LA. Had a cool theme tune. Long-term solidarity does occur in the Camarilla, but we are a very politicized organisation by necessity. Loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. When you're in Elysium, like we were tonight, the sect can appear to be a monolith. The reality is more complex. Outside of the official gathering, shady deals and quid pro quo mentality reign supreme. Is this a mod? No, this is a visual novel. This is a visual novel called Coteries in New York. And it was released very recently, December. Which is set in the Vampire the Masquerade universe, in the 5th Ed universe, I believe. And, it's... I don't know where we are. Well, we're in New York. Duh. But it's set, as you're a fledgling, a new vampire, unsurprisingly. Did someone say vampire? Hey, Genesis. You alright? Vampire. Honk. Politics, leg it! Oh no, it's about to get dull. You keep getting new patients come in that they want magical adjustments. Oh, I love magical adjustments. Can you sort me out? Vampire. Seems to be lost in thought and falls silent for a while, leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. It still feels absolutely unreal. But as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Many questions swarm your thoughts, but the ones you keep returning to is what your place in this new reality should be. The car stops. You're in the city, in front of an old but well-renovated apartment building. This place rains more than Britain does. New York? Oh god, Max Payne slow-mo shoots us. Damn. I love Sophie's glowing eyes. It's very spooky. We're here. Would you like to see your lodgings? Is it another parking lot room? Is it another drab room in an underground parking lot for my safety and all that? Don't be ridiculous. You're not a Silas fledgling Kadar's stern grasp anymore. And even he wouldn't hold you there any longer than necessary. I think. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall with a night guard who greets Ms. Langley. Well, wouldn't that be a New York accent? Like, New York! Or something. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. It'd be awful. Hey, Ollie. You're right, dude. Let's start again. He greets Ms. Langley with a good evening, and you take the stairs up to the 2nd floor. Sophie opens the door to room... Oh, no! Room 302. Oh, wait, it's not room 302. We're fine. We're safe. We're not going to get stuck in there. What if there's any peepholes? We better check for peepholes. Oh my god, look at this fucking vampire pad. I'm living in the wrong place. Damn. All you gotta do is die? Man, I can do that. Inside are all the amenities you expect from a modern apartment, and some you wouldn't have deemed necessary just for the previous night. Just the previous night, including thick blinds on the windows. The back room has a comfortable-looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy-looking locks, but no windows. Shockingly. Well, how'd you like it? Wait, this is great, thanks. I'm glad. Make yourself at home. Tomorrow I'll take you hunting and discuss the blood in more detail. Fear the old blood, or something. You're a doctor, not a magic genie. Damn it, Jim, I'm a genie, not a magic doctor. You got that key in your keyring. You'll be alright. It's also not the stalker apartment. Oh, phew. Goodness. That's alright. I'll let you get comfortable. The keys are by the television set. I'll come and pick you up tomorrow night. Use the back room for rest. You can lock the doors, just in case. It stings a bit when she leaves. It's like the room suddenly became a few shades dimmer. You inspect the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nope. No food either. It feels strange that Kadar could be a more thoughtful host than your new sire, even if it's only in that respect. It makes you wonder if the sheriff might have a hidden side. Sheriff? If someone doesn't know something, by the way, I can tell you what I know from the Vampire the Masquerade games. I'm not an expert on the pen and paper role-playing stuff, but I can tell you what I know about the games. So if anything comes up in red that you're not sure about, or want me to read the glossary off, do let me know. You got some nasty meds below? Blah. Hey, Mapes, you alright? Your husband's birth certificate is taking forever to process. Ugh. That's tedious. Bureaucracy is the slowest. With nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for the company. Columbo reruns. Ooh. Kojak reruns. Ooh. President of the United States got himself into serious trouble again. Standard. President of the United States got himself out of trouble again. Standard. Pundits start yelling over each other about things that seemed a little bit less insignificant just 2 days ago. You start drifting off, reflecting on another night of confusing conversations and worldview-shattering revelations. How many more before you finally understand what the hell happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? You keep coming back to the life you left behind. The people you should contact, the things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you'll have a chance for either. As you start to feel the same tiredness that made you drift into the cold sleep last night, you settle in the back room. The bed is comforting. The lack of window slightly lesser. Spoopy. What clan do you think Sophie is? Sophie, I reckon she's a Toreador. I reckon, yeah. In touch with her human side. Talks about, like, seducing kin, or kine, even without a kin. I was thinking of the fucking Bloodborne. Kine, you know, seducing them in such a way that you might even sleep with them. That's a very Toreador thing to say, I think. Like, getting so close to them and so, like, emotionally close to them, potentially. Spoopy. You leave the light bulb on. Looking at it, you realise it's the closest you'll ever come to staring at the sun on a breezy summer day again. A wave of melancholy overwhelms you. A few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you take the plunge into darkness again. Sinking. Sinking. Blech! Oh, I got a map now. Oh, look, the map looks like veins. Or, like... arteries. Hey, Lorella. Groovy. Alright. No helix. Stop that. I'm gonna rest. Hunger is at the heart of a vampire's existence. To ignore it is to tempt the beast to take over it in its desire to feed. To overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade while straining what humanity you have left. In Coteries of New York, having a high hunger is indicated by a progressively thicker bloody frame around the screen, like the one you see now. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers, when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you'll receive a warning after you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. Some choices might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off some choices, as you'll be able to see after pressing continue. Blocked off option. Continue. To decrease your hunger, you'll need to Whenever you see a opportunity, you can take this risk to hunt and slake off your hunger. E-chomp. The beating heart of the city. Dirty. Seducing kin. Oh no. That is Master Wilhelm shit. Should I rock him back forward in a chair and start going? Feeding opportunity. You'll need to keep the hunger at bay if you are to uphold the masquerade. To uphold the masquerade and survive the nights that await you. Alright. Ah, the sun's out! Oh goodness. Eyes on the inside. Remember, to survive eyes on the inside, you need to stick your hand up a demon pig's asshole. True story. It's the only way to be sure. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solid metal door is closed. There's no piss guy to be seen, right? Maybe we need to find our new piss guy. Maybe we'll be able to find one and nom on him when he's having a wee. Thanks, Nodham. Thank you for the bits, man. Normally, you'd stretch for a bit. On some mornings, you'd probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer. But that was before. The way you woke up now, you're fully conscious. No grogginess. Nothing weighing you down. Just the nagging need in the back of your head. Hunger. Not as severe as last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock on the TV shows the time. 9:04 PM. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what you're waking out is going to look like now. You missed the sunlight already. The need to feed! Reading with Wayne. It's basically story time with Wayne, yeah. You need 3 umbilical cords from the alien gods. That guy in Sentinel 4 is 1/3. Maybe we should steal his umbilical cord, because his is getting weirdly smelly. We should nick it. You're seriously considered just walking out of your apartment and figuring this all out by yourself, but then you come back to the memory of Kadar's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour, then switch to streaming services. Almost as if the universe has a sense of irony, you catch True Blood in the flow of recommendations. Oh no. The doorbell rings. If you eat enough umbilical cords, maybe. It's Sophie. Good evening, Victoria. Sleep well. Like a dead man. It's not exactly sleep, right? It's not really like normal sleep, is it? I suppose it isn't. Some say it's more like being dead, but we wouldn't know, would we? There's no use reflecting on it anyway, except that this is who you are now. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself. Your blood, its desire and its power. We will begin
Lewd.
tonight. Dun 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 dun. Hey, thank you, Jessica. And I can spam lewds now. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much there, Jessica. Oh no, not Avon. Waking up without grogginess and just being hungry all the time sounds like a good trade, where you sleep like crap and you're also hungry all the time. Yeah, exactly. Like, you wake up, you're like, oh god, I haven't slept at all. I feel like shit. And I need a sandwich. Instead of sandwich, you have to suck on pea guy. I mean, you know, it's a fair trade. I'll take it. You are hungry, yes? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There is only one remedy. Pot noodles. Ugh. The blood. The drinks we had yesterday at the Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So tonight I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You'll need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the kind's vulnerabilities to your advantage. I'm ready to learn. Let's get started. Such eagerness. Or is this just your hunger making you impatient? Bit of column A, bit of column B. You'll find that drinking moderate amounts... Ugh. I kind of wish it wouldn't scroll down like that. I wonder if there's an option for that. Hold on. Settings. Text size. I guess small text means it doesn't happen very often like that, maybe. But small text might be too small for the stream to see. Oh, that's alright, I'll put up with it, it's fine. Speaking of hunger, did you eat today? No. Suck on P Guy, the new subtitle for Bloodlines 2. I'd buy that. Yeah, I know. I was, busy. There was some stuff going on and, came straight home. I'm not denying myself substance, I'm just going to wait until I can drink blood. It'll be fine. You'll find that drinking moderate amounts of it regularly will keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself more monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. The kiss gives kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to the sensation. But, if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. Chomp! After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays. Correct. She gives you a sly, knowing smile. Oh no, not a rotten kiwi. Blech. I've got Pepsi. Delicious Pepsi. Yeah, vampires don't exist. Source in Wikipedia. Vampire. Hang on a minute. She gives you a sly knowing smile. This is why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. How do you avoid being seen? You isolate your prey, or you choose the right circumstances. People tend to avert their gaze when they see a couple intertwined in public. Love bites are easy to explain away. Chompy. Pepsi is not sustainable. What? Of course it is. Clicky clacky. Yeah, exactly, Dead Knight. E-Betis. I know, dude, I know. I'm just useless. Some of us keep willing herds, or even just individual kind who desire the kiss. That comes at a higher risk these nights, though, so I would not recommend it to a young kindred like yourself. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can also be dangerous, but by branching out you risk the ire of other kindred on whose domains you trespass. Lucky for you, New York City is more forgiving in this regard. New York is somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighbourhoods remain contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these coming nights. As long as you hunter must hunt. Sorry. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. Hey, Squeaky.
Lewd.
Pepsi isn't enough. Oh no, no, I feel really bad when you do that, Noble. Ah. I feel like me being a shitter, like, is like making you feel obliged to like donate, and I feel really bad about it. I'm really grateful, but I also feel extremely, extremely bad because I don't. I just feel thank you, but you know what I mean. Like I don't want you to feel like you should be obliged every time I'm useless. Hunters. How much weight have I lost? I don't know. I don't weigh myself. I really do appreciate it though. Thank you, Noble. But I also feel bad. To wit, I want you to join me for the trip tonight. Come downstairs.
Luke.
Gregory is waiting for us. Hey, Squeaky. Yeah, I know. I get that, Generous. I'm very grateful for it, but it's just I feel a bit like I feel like I'm. You know when you watch a video where someone's like some rich YouTubers like, my PC broke, please give me lots of money. I feel and it comes off awful. Like that's what I feel like. I'm a shitter, please give me money. I feel really bad about it. Thank you though. We care, thus we yell at you. I know. I just. Yeah. You haven't caused me trouble at all, Noble. And like I always say to you, I'm biased, like, in the fact that I'm not going to say no to you donating. I think it's very generous of you. I just don't want you to feel obliged or anything, man. I hope you don't. I hope, I hope you don't, like, feel you have to or anything. Because I'm really, really grateful, because you're just incredibly generous, and it's really nice of you. You're shit and you give me money over. That's true. Yeah, don't you feel bad, Noble. That wasn't my intention either, dude. And it is a fun bit, but I just like I like the anonymous Fuga, but I don't know. I don't want you feeling you're forced to, if that makes sense. I don't know the best way of wording it. If you're happy, I'm happy though, dude. That ultimately. As long as you don't mind. The busy street fills the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that disorientate you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want. Ugh, dirty. You catch yourself. Did you really just think of these people as mere sources of blood? It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her, then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the... Oh! Ah, spooky! You don't beg for it, you come in just like throwing money at you. Yeah, yeah. I hope you all know how incredibly grateful I am, by the way. Like,
Lewd.
I really am, so... Shut up and take our money. Thank you, Lawless Princess. Thank you very much. Duly noted. I'll behave myself now. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you as well. Thank you to both of you. Thank you, Noble, again, and thank you, Lawless Princess. That's really kind of you both. Oh no, I hope your doggy feels better soon, Theo. Become as gods. Keep granola bars in your desk. I mean, I've got biscuits kicking around somewhere, probably. Right, where was I? Yeah, so TLDR, I hope you don't feel bad, Noble, because that wasn't my intention either. In the same way that your intention wasn't to make me feel guilty or anything, and like, I do appreciate it very much so. Telling the stream to shut up might be a bad idea. Like, fine, I'll be silent and just sit here like. Doo -doo -doo -doo. The car casually joins the somewhat thinned New York traffic. It's still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. How can we see her eyes? Maybe we're really tall? I would have become a long player. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Bacon. Who doesn't? Everyone likes bacon, right? Come, Victoria. Park the car, Gregory, will you? The driver just nods and Sophie gets out. You join her and the two of you walk through the glass doors together and take the elevator up. You first notice an empty stage with the instruments of a string quartet still in the back. Then take in a few dozen chairs in front of it. The concert seems concluded. The patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out all over the hall. Ugh, dirty.
Lewd.
Hooray for continued lewds! I mean support. No lewds. Lewds are just an extra. Dirty. Thank you so much, Beehorn. 4 months as well. I'm really grateful. Thank you very much. That is extremely kind of you, so thank you. Alright, Noble. Thank you again, dude. Take care of yourself, alright? Sophie strides confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that she flashes in front of a security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. Is Sophie wearing the same thing as last night? Oh, that's just tacky. Let's start, E.T. E.T.? Let's start, E.T. Mmm, tasty. I'm very certain World of Darkness vamps have reflections. Yeah, they do. Yes. Only one of the clans doesn't have a reflection. I forget which one it is. One of them doesn't. Thank you for all the constant and fun LPs. No, well, thank you for the constant and lovely support. You're very welcome. La Sombra, that's it. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred, but consider this evening a small gift from your patron. I'm hoping to procure for you a willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about taking small sips. This one I have a soft spot for. Don't damage her. Now let's see. There he is. She notices someone in the crowd, flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. Sophie is beautiful. Just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Hey Zerva, you alright? It's very good, Zerva. I'm enjoying it. Everyone in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar! I'm so happy to see you. How is your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over, please. There's someone I'd like you to meet. The young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and a partially faded purple hair dye that she doesn't usually fit in with this crowd. Julie, this is Victoria. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your father. Awfully boring stuff, and I assure you. I'm positive you'll like each other. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure what exactly Sophie expects you to do. Do we just bite her, or? You reach a secluded space in which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intently and then laugh when she does. Julie saves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. Ah, nice tattoo. If you're a Sophie, then I guess you're, gay? No, I'm a vampire. Nice guess though. She puts her wrist to your lips and gives you a theatrical nip. Then looks to you, embarrassed, but also hopeful. Well, since Sophie's told us to deal with this. Wait, do we? She said willing one, right? Yeah, I do. Do it? Do it. Yes. Yes, I do. To be fair, Victoria's no slouch in the looks department herself, is she, really? I don't have glowy eyes, though. I find that's a bit... Oh, wait, no? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I got glowy eyes too. Yes. We're all spoopy here. She takes off her jacket, unbuttons her sleeves, then rolls it up. You see a tattoo of a cat in an astronaut suit with one fight. That's a fucking great tattoo. That is a great tattoo. Like, legit. There, just enjoy. Kid, isn't it, like, easier for you to go, like, get, like, heroin or something? A perfectly awkward smile and a blush. Drink from Julie. Don't drink from Julie. Julie. Are we going to drink from Julie? Or are we going to not drink from Julie? Delicious. Julie is a snack. Nom 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 nom. Sucky sucky. You take her forearm into your hands. A quick look confirms no one's looking, and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down. Gently. It's surreal. She's just given you her blood of her own volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? I think I need to ask Sophie. You tear away from her. A brief convulsion shakes you. Her smell. It's her smell. It's not right. The temporary feeling of bliss the girl felt when you bit her is gone in an instant. She's disappointed. Annoyed even. She looks at you, unsure of what's the matter. Come back, please. Come on, just have a little bit more. The very thought makes you want to throw up what little of blood it tasted. You shake your head. The girl sniffs, starts crying and wipes her face into her jacket sleeve and walks down the stairs and into the hall. Oh no, we made her upset for being... Oh, she's got the dirty blood. Aw. Oh yes, thank you, Dad in Line. Thank you very much. 5 delicious months of subscription. Very bitey, extremely lewd. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Thank you. We need to seem like the opening of Legacy of Kain Defiance. Man, I love Kain in that game. He's so badass. Ventru's getting too posh. I guess she doesn't count as good, but la la. Anyway, the crowd around Sophie disperses slowly. Looking at her now, only some residual ore hangs near. Yes, she's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? You walk over to her. Edgar, dear, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with, Victoria. Gregory's waiting for you out front. It's only the car that Sophie addresses you. So, how did it go? I tried, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't stand the smell or the taste. Curious. I consider Julie's blood to be one of the most exquisite and unique bouquets in the city. And trust me, I have refined taste. She almost sounds like she's offended. Oh well, if at first you don't succeed, perhaps you need a change of pace. Time for the next stop. Training wheels off this time. Gregory, Flushing Meadows, please. Flushing Meadows sounds like some sanitary product. The driver takes over the car, over the Williamsburg Bridge. You settle your thoughts. What'd you do to the people back there? I feel bad for Julie. She definitely wanted it. Sophie's she's essentially my sire now. She's my stepsire, I guess, for lack of a better term. Those people back at the hall, they were all entranced. Even I was under your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. That old trick? Just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned with experience. I can sway people or make them fear me. I see more of the world in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my blood to move with unparalleled precision and grace. And more. All of these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. What are my powers? Yeah. What superpowers do I get? Okay, so what are my talents? Time will tell. You need to discover them yourself. When we arrive, experiment. Give different things a try. Follow your instinct and intuition. It will guide the blood. The old blood. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It's all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents for the right place and the right time. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car, with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot. Poor Gregory! Imagine finding a parking spot in New York City isn't very easily. Poor guy's like just stressing out trying to find some fucking parking. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. The stars just barely visible in the light-polluted aura of the city. Gregory gets paid in blood. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go look for someone to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood. But only pick one victim. Just one, then come back. Seeing how she seems not all together here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just taking a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jogger or someone that could work. But focusing on one area might work better. The New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a skate park nearby, and worst case scenario, there's bound to be someone unfortunate wino around. Maybe the tennis court's nearby. There's light coming there, so maybe someone might be playing a late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. You don't think Gregory gets paid? Aw, poor Gregory. As these scenarios play out in your mind, you realise you're planning how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Okay, so we can search for a victim around the park. We can go to the decrepit pavilion. We can look for prey at the tennis courts. Well, if I'm thinking, we got the advantage here that we're Ventru. We know we're Ventru. And we know that we need upper class. I don't know. Or better blood. I feel that a wino is way out. Greg should unionize. Greg really fucking should. Do you reckon there's a union for vampire slaves? Vampire thrall unions unite. They go on strike. Hunt near the decrepit pavilion. I'd say look for prey at the tennis courts. Might be a riskier option, but we might get a better choice. Let's have a look. You decide the tennis courts are as good a place as any, and make your way to the bright glow of the lamps illuminating the area. As you guessed, a pair of players, 2 men, fit, but older, maybe pushing 60, are finishing up a match. The only ones there, it's time to make a move. Barge into the showers. Dirty. Presents lure a player away. So we can use one of our gifts. No, I don't think they survive the negotiating table. Yeah, can you imagine that? So, the union says that we should get paid better. Okay, and our counter-offer is... Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, okay, let's use our present to lure someone away from the other one. You think back to what Sophie did in the hall, how she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering on her. Might be a tall order for you, but a single person could be done. You wait patiently till the 2 men hit the showers, get out, say their goodbyes, and go their separate ways. And one of them noticed you standing there, you immediately grab his attention. Look at fucking Grandad Santa here. Good evening. Oh yes, very good. You? Oh yes, I'm having a blast. You? Won both sets. Not bad for a grandpa. He's clearly very happy with himself. You decide there won't be a better moment to strike. Moving closer, casually at first, and then closing the distance in a single leap, you sink your fangs into his flesh. Oh, no small talk. It only takes a sip for you to realise a mistake. A taste of mud and bile fills your throat a second time. You push the man away. He stumbles and falls to the ground. You can barely believe your luck. Hunger in you unsated, you leave the courts in a foul mood. Goddamn grandpa. Osseless. As you're about to walk to Sophie, a figure emerges in the shadows and stops you in your track. A hooded man is looking menacingly at you. I love beer? Wearing a Mikey top? Who the fuck wears a hat that says I love beer? It's a Sabot. It's a Sabot vamp. Yeah, we can't deck him in. He's a Sabot. What do you think you're doing, barging on our turf like this, lick? Lick? What kind of slur is that? What'd you call me? A lick? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Don't be cute with me. I know what you are. Shove that masquerade bullshit up your ass. Better tell me who you're with before my posse shows up and beats it out of you. No? Rude. Oh, Yeah, I'm going around town. Peace off, Ghost. I'm going around town biting people and getting discussed how they taste. That does seem like rude behaviour, really. I'm here with Sophie Langley. I came here with Sophie Langley. She's my patron. Doesn't ring a bell. Sounds fancy, though. He licks his lips, exposing his fangs, looking at you ferociously. A nervous tick or an attempt at intimidation? I wonder, what would Callahan do to you if I brought you in, huh? Break your shins? Leave you out to be kissed by the sun? Ooh, concrete shoes maybe. He's old school like that. Attack him, dominate, force him to back down. Ooh, what should we do? What do you reckon, guys? Dominate? I think dominate could be fun. Dominate, dominate.
Lewd.
Lick his lips. The game means he's doing the Hannibal style licking. Ugh, dirty. Dom him, mummy. Enough's enough. You won't be intimidated by this asshole. Leave. Now. His countenance changes. A cruel beast one moment, a humbled pup in the next. He walks away. Just like that. Stop. Mummy vampires here. Not wishing to tempt fate any further, you return to the Unisphere, looking back over your shoulder to make sure you're not being followed. Two figures are visible near the sculpture, a man and a woman, tangled in a passionate embrace. No, not exactly. It's Sophie. Feeding. But this whole scene is set up so it looks like a couple getting intimate in public. She pulls it off like she's done it 100 times before. It occurs to you that she probably has. Fuck off, mate! Exactly, yeah. I like the idea of getting in there and licking his lips for him. Yeah, just like lick his own lips, like, licky. And he's like, ugh, get away from me. The man is unsure on his feet as she lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind a tree. Well, Victoria, how did it go? You're about to answer when the same figure as before emerges from one of the alleys. He looks at the three of you and a predatory smile creeps onto his lips. Oh, not you again. You're screwed, dumb fuck. You think you can mess with my head and get away with it? Think you're safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion to shout, but two things happen almost exactly at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty flares up from Sophie again, entrancing both you and the hooded thug. His shout comes out as a weak, confused squeak. Eee! Can you choose your clan? Kind of. You choose your character, and which says which clan you're in. There was a Ventry, which is what we are. There was a Bruja, which was a dude. And there was a Toreador, another dude. Second, Gregory produces a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slams into the thug's chest. Ow, fucking Gregory. Gregory's earned his pay, or not pay, I guess, tonight. Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire's down on the ground, paralysed. I see you've made a friend, Victoria. Curious choice of company. Who is he? He said this was his turf. He mentioned a Callahan. He said something about presenting me to someone named Callahan. She looks shocked for a split second and recovers her regular countenance. Yes, I have. This hoodlum is Anarch, then. Oh, he's Anarch. I thought I would have figured he was Sabat. Curious. Corona Park has not been claimed by any kindred last I checked. Let's go to the car. We'll put him in the trunk and present him to Kadar tomorrow's night. I'm sure he'd be delighted to make this unbound acquaintance. Gregory carries the staked vampire and dumps him to the car trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy you're not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. Can't blaze a Tremere or Malkavia? Nope, not in this one. Mummy's awesome. He's intimidated by the size of my fangs. Ay. It's almost surprising you get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and driving away. Then you remember that Sophie's been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera, or picked up by a rando with half-decent smartphone and streamed online fills you with dread. Hunting and using your abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. Thank you, Nolden. The fact that he was talking to you instead of going blah did count against him being a Sabat. That's true, though the Sabat are not entirely mindless. It's New York, yeah, seriously. Is anyone gonna notice? Wait, girl, I love beer? Is that what it is, Morgan? Am I good? Am I good? You're taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I will pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I have some business to attend to at Elysium and I expect you to accompany me. Plus, our friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Kadar and the Prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like the enchanting personality she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. What's going to happen to him? The usual, I imagine. Interrogation by Kadar, probably in the basement of the gallery. A quick trial with the Prince in attendance if she's there tomorrow night. A swift execution is the verdict. This all sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help feel a pang of guilt when you think about what awaits the guy tomorrow night. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope? I tried, but the blood was awful again. My picky taste flared up again. I couldn't even make myself drink from that man, even though I did bite him. That is unfortunate. I'm afraid I don't have a ready-made solution for this. You need to trust your instincts. The sooner you learn what it is you're looking for in a vessel, the better. She seems distracted, not all there. Her thoughts drift and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We'll pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory, good old Greg, with a body in the trunk, right in the middle of Manhattan. Did you cross paths with situations like this in the past unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass in the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just as you left it hours ago. Although the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today. It'll take time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like an incredibly boring read. Thunk to the beer vamp. Oh, I liked it. I like it. Also, hi! Good old Greggy. Greggy's a solid dude. We like him. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door. A moment of hesitation, but then a decision. This time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie. How many people in the city know about this vampiric society? How many are willing accomplices in sustaining it? And the thug you met in the park. If he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night where you can start crossing them off a list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. Also known as Swindon. What? It greets you with open arms like an old friend. Whee! Well, I can't do anything else right now except rest. Sleepsy. You open your eyes. It's pitch black here. The blackness of a coffin drifting in the abyss. Oh, right. The light. You grasp the switch. Flip it. The familiar cramped room and with a steel door and no windows comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. We need to ask Victoria how she gets away with that. I need to learn the secret. Like Ollie said, that's a good trade-off, I think. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you, comfortably seated on the sofa in your living room space. In your living room space? I hate that. I hate that. In your living room. A book in her hand. The Melancholy of Resistance. The title sure on brand. Good evening, Victoria. Sorry to have kept you waiting. To be fair, I haven't been here long. I was enjoying reminiscing about the time when I called this my haven. The call was much different, of course. Come, we have an appointment. I received word Elysium will be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. Yay! We like mingling. So in the span of 3 nights we're going to 2 trials. I know, right? We must have done something to upset someone. She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregory gives you a slight nod and a smile while opening the door for Sophie. He starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the Primogen Council is bound to be there. At least those who usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you do well to learn least about. Learn about tonight. How should I carry myself on inside? You never told me there's any savoir vivre. Is it vivre? Savoir vivre? I'm not quite sure of the pronunciation on that actually.
Lewd.
Mingle with the blood sounds like it's a swimming pool. Mingling with the blood is how you get pink eye. Savoir vivre. That makes more sense, yeah. Actually, yeah, it would be vivre, wouldn't it, like that in French? Duh. Or vivre? Is it vivre? Oh, would it not be vive? Savoir vivre? My name is Vui. Yes. You never told me there's any let's go with savoir vivre. You never told me there's any savoir-vivre kind of rules I should respect when talking to other vampires. Knowing that you're among your superiors is probably the most important. In our society, status comes with age. Pardon my sincerity, but you are insignificant. Not even associating with me can make up the fact you've only been a kindred for barely a few nights.
Lewd.
So know your place, stay out of your superior's business, and show the utmost respect. Thanking the prince for sparing you and maybe having a friendly chat with Kadar publicly might show your gratefulness for being part of the Camarilla now. I suggest you make it sincere. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to uphold in court. Do not tarnish it. You can't say anything in another language. Stupid fuck! That's true. Hustlers. Savivui. Savivui. There it is. She might have saved you, she might be protecting and teaching you, but it's clear what she's really concerned about. Her own interests. You step into the asshole, the art hole, with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down and your existence nearly ended. But tonight, there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Kadar gives you a look that's definitely tending to remind you of your place, but the prince is also in attendance and seems pleased to see you. You've all butchered my native French. I'm sorry, Anna. Je suis allé au vilo. There you go. Oh yes, the prince. Welcome, Sophie. Victoria. Did I get that right? Good evening to both of you. I understand there is someone else you wish to present to the court tonight. Yes, Prince. They'll be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. Fucking Greg! He's dragging that ass off in the car without any effort. Give me the key. Eat shit. Give me the key! This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. Oh no, it's Vampire Ween. The prince gives Kadar a cold glance. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's in a particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with Victoria's begettera eluding his grasp, I believe. Ouch! That must have hurt his ego. Even if his only reply is a crooked smile. The mention of your sire makes you grit your teeth in anger. Asshole. Settling you with a curse that cuts you off your career, cheat you out of your ambitions and offering little in return so far. Remind yourself that defeatism will get you nowhere. Mindfulness, the here and now. This is an opportunity. You'll make the most of it, if only to spite everyone who doubts your true worth. The flaring up of whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room. The jumpsuit-clad inert vampire still staked on his shoulder. The show's about to start. Put full emotion, instead of saying the sheriff's name, you instead call him Ween. Kadar's name is now Ween. Vampy Ween. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room and nods respectfully to Kadar. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captain's eyes flicker to life, and he starts looking around in disbelief, like a cornered animal. He backs out on all fours, keeps going in circles till you realise he's trapped. Rips it. This goes to show that you would look pretty awesome as a vampire. Only if I was as swag as that guy. Queen, Weendar, Weenie Dar. Ouh, petit chauffeur. Ah, ça va bien, merci. Kadar steps on the man's chest and pins him to the floor. The man says, "Harder, Daddy." Why? Who do we have here? Oh, fuck! Oh, shit, no, come on. Don't. Oh, man, I just love beer. Silence. The sheriff takes on an aura of utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature that's out to get you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it but shrivel in terror. The beast inside you shrieks, and you can swear it happened in unison with the instincts of some of the other guests here tonight.
Lewd.
In reality, he just stabs him again with a stake. Blech! Ow! Remember, you say sur la tombe if you want to say on my tits. It's very important. It's important words in French you need to learn. It's unlike anything you've experienced in company during your turbulent first night as a vampire. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. It seems like it takes all of the hoodlum's willpower to not crawl into the fetal position and start crying. No, no, please. Don't hurt me, man. Just don't. You and me are going to have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion. Please, go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up. Let's go. He doesn't wait for confirmation. He just grabs the man and drags him, kicking and screaming, out of the room. Conversation starts all around you, some whispered, some quite overt. Sophie looks somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. What happens now? So, what happens now? There'll be at least some minutes before Kadar gets the information he seeks out of the thug. Why not mingle for a bit while we wait for him to break? Excuse me. Sophie leaves your side and goes to a corner of the galley where a group of kindred, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. The concierge offers you a drink. Still warm. It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off. A splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices. You have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman you recall seeing here a few nights ago. She has a cold but noble countenance to her. The conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns your attention to the bespectacled man you saw with Sophie on the night of your judgment. He's making the rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near a column, watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realises you've noticed. Quite a goo? Confront the man looking at you. Well, the man with the glasses is busy, right? Hold on, let's have a quick look a minute. Where are we? Where is it? No. The bespectacled man. We can talk to the bespectacled man, or we can confront the man looking at others. It's Daddy. I don't know, because Daddy doesn't have a shrill laugh. Daddy's like, hello, Neo dude. He's got a deep voice. Oh, the prince is talking. We can't talk to the prince. No, we can't interrupt. We should confront the man looking at us. Someone's looking directly at me. I think that's a good opportunity to mingle. There's something about this guy. It's not that he's staring at you. Most everyone in this room has at one point or another. It's how he does it. He seems shy, maybe even afraid. It's hard to find a secluded spot in the gallery tonight, but this guy has an entire corner of the room all to himself. As you approach, he's standing alone with no glass in hand. I'm worried looking at his face. Ah, what if he's human? Good evening, Mr. Larson. Or you can call me Robert. Either's fine. He's got a tactical turtleneck. Great. This is going to be a nobody and we just did a social goof. That would be so painful. My social anxiety is spiking. I've got to just keep introducing myself to people. Next time we set up for an eating stream, we can take a bite out of food for every death. Wait, what? Oh no! Let's play something I'm really good at. His eyes low. He's one of us. One of us. So, who are you? You mean, like, generally? A vampire, same as you, though I might not quite look it, I guess. I'm one of Prince Panhart's Primogen. He's one of the Primogen? Okay, interesting. I'm here on business. In case the prince requires my insight. Usually it's so she can hear me out before ignoring me. Not sure if you were paying attention to the other night, but when the prince mentioned diverging opinions on whether you should be executed or not, that was me. I was the diverging opinion. Yeah, jackpot, seriously. Do you reckon he's a milk? Do you reckon he's a fish milk? Wow, thank you. That's huge, thank you. Even if it didn't change the prince's mind, I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Listen, I don't want to be rude and I appreciate reaching out, but word of advice, stay away from me. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as Primogen to be kind of a joke, you know. They'll talk to me, you talk to me, they'll notice and they'll hold it against you. You have a quick look behind you and see a few of the kindred keep shooting you curious glances. One woman in particular, a redhead boasting a fanciful hairstyle, watches you disapprovingly. Some of them already do, I imagine. Excuse me, I need to try to get a word in with a few Primogen members before Kadar returns. Enjoy your night. He's a Crocomalk. Tactical Turtle Malk. This is a turtle. His name's Leopold. With just the critical looks of a few kindred to keep you company, you start thinking about who to pursue next. You notice Sophie mingling with other kindred, clearly in her element and not to be disturbed. Kadar hasn't come back yet, so you can probably still find at least one conversation. Should we see man with glasses? Should we see if it's Daddy? Do not do the prince in the middle of a soiree. It's lewd. Lewd. Go prince or go broke? Prince to pay respects? Alright. Alright, we'll go for the prince then. You approach the prince, trying to stay as respectful of her private conversation as possible. She glances at you as you step forward, her scrutinizing gaze mimicked by her companion. She addresses the dark-skinned woman before turning to you. Excuse me for just a moment, Samira. Yes, Victoria, what is it? Oh, I just wanted to give you thanks. Yeah, we must thank. You're right, actually. Yeah, that's a good shout. We must thank Prince. I just wanted to thank you for sparing me, Prince. I realised it wasn't an easy decision to make, and I really wanted to express my sincere appreciation. Oh, how thoughtful of you. She takes a long look at you before she continues. I didn't do it from the kindness of my unbeating heart. You're an asset to Miss Langley and to the Camarilla and to me. I believe I made the right decision. Prove to me and the other kindred of the city that it was so, and there might be some more future nights than just survival and servitude. The dark-skinned woman looks impatiently at you and catches the prince's attention. Forgive me, that's all the time I can spare right now. We have some things to discuss with Samira still. Enjoy your night, Victoria. Same to you, Prince Bernhard. The prince nods and turns back to the other woman. A loud exchange near the staircase grabs everyone's attention. Kadar is back and the hoodlum is with him. The sheriff pushes the other vampire inside the room. Ugh, Cammy. Oh, magic missile casting motherfucker! Gonna rip off his wizard shoe. The vampire that threatened you last night is a mess. That stupid hat is still inexplicably on his head, covering some of his ruined face in welcome shadow. He's barely conscious. His shin is broken. You think something is protruding there? Making the pant leg bulge. One arm seems twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood, surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. I love beer! The beer is amazing! He's got a bulge. This... Daddy beat me up and I got an erection. Wait, what? What? What?
Lewd.
He dies with his hat on, it regrows like every night, yeah! That's his like special thing. Well, Kadar, did our guest cooperate? Tell the prince your name. It's Howard. And who do you run with, Howard? The Midnighters. The Midnighters. An anarch coterie, my prince. Active for some time now, though from what this one has told me, the name is about the only legacy the group has kept over the years. Fucking Todd Howard. I see. Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I didn't. A loud crack makes some of the guests audibly gasp as Kadir's slap dislocates the man's jaw. A spray of blood creates something like an abstract art piece on the floor. Harder, Daddy. An involuntary reaction, your eyes lock onto the red drops and you feel a pang of hunger. Even though you had some blood tonight, it still feels not enough to fully control your instinct. Delicious. As someone who's just scared to draw, that shit hurts. Yeah, I bet it does. That's a bitch slap from a guy who could pick up a van. Like, that's pretty hardcore. This one is guilty of threatening a member of the Camarilla and claiming a domain without the prince's approval. That alone would be enough to pass swift judgment. But he's also anarch scum. My prince. There can only be one verdict. Final death. Do your duty, Sheriff. Unless, of course, someone would like to play at being good Samaritan, like our dear Miss Langley did a few nights ago. The look the prince serves you and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm under yours in a strange public show of affection. Aw, isn't that nice? Oh, nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps to his feet and makes for the window. What do you reckon? Should we stop Howard from escaping? Do we not interfere at all? Or do we dominate him? We shouldn't get in... I feel we should do nothing, to be perfectly honest. If we do that, Kadar might not be very happy, I feel. He does his job, yeah. This ain't our show, yeah, agreed. Yeah? So we're gonna say we're not gonna interfere? We're gonna T-pose at him. You have a feeling Howard's efforts are fruitless. Just a few seconds later, that feeling is confirmed. He almost reaches the window. Almost, but not quite. In what seems like a blink of an eye, Kadar appears first near his scabbard sword in one corner of the gallery. He's got celerity. Ah, interesting. So, what clan is Kadar then, with celerity? Could be a Bruja, yeah. So chances are Kadar's a Bruja vampire. Bruja, ha. Ha, Bruja.
Lewd.
I thought it was I thought it is how you pronounce it. I thought you say Bruja. Am I mistaken? Might have cross discipline. That's also true, yes. It is. Yeah, I thought that's how you say it, yeah. Might have cross discipline. You could have done, yeah. That's actually an interesting thought as well, Don. Thank you. Thank you for the bits, dude. Bruja. I always thought it was Bruja, personally, but... It's pronounced the same way as savoir vivre. You know, this made you think. Imagining some fuckers nowadays being vampires and them T-posing and dabbing and shit gives you the fear. Yeah, seriously. Some vampire bites you and goes, dude, that was fucking whack. Bling, bling. And you're like, ooh. Oh, just please kill me. That's literally how every character in Vampire the Masquerade said Bruja, so Bruja remained. Yeah, that's how I always thought it was, but... Anyway, he first near his scabbarded sword in one corner of the gallery, then the next to the escaping Anarch on the opposite end of the room. The next moment, Howard's head flies off his body, baseball cap free. His lifeless body crumples to the ground and begins to decompose in real time. It's an uncanny sight. As always, our sheriff does not fail to impress. I would like to thank Ms. Langley for bringing this Anarch thug to my and Kadar's attention. I assume you all found the verdict satisfactory. It's a rhetorical question and everyone here knows it. Then I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good evening. Sorry, I can always think of LaCroix when that happens. She steps out of the room, and you see that many of the guests move to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with someone, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. You probably have the time to strike up a conversation of your own, too. Kadar al-Asmay? I hope I haven't butchered that too. Kadar al-Asmay? Al-Asmay? Is still here, for one, but clearly getting ready to leave. Larson is still moping around, and the other man you noticed before Kadar brought the Anarch is still chatting with the remaining attendants. Al-Asmay? Like that? Okay. So we can talk to give me the key. Now. The hat is a very important plot point. It amuses you that the caterer looked down on that hard considering how dangerous they are. You never know quite what they might be capable of. That is very true. Should we talk to... I think we should talk to Kadar. I think that's quite exciting, yeah. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide you won't get a better shot at saying your piece. He's just sheathing his sword as you approach him. He noted you just before his face turns from a melancholic frown back to his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a moment of reflection. What is it, Victoria? Yeah, let's thank him. I guess we need to thank him, don't we, for being really nice to us. Because he was, like, all things considered, he was actually pretty friendly to us. Ask him how to pronounce Bruja. So how do we... I just wanted to thank you for bringing me here. In one piece. For giving me a chance, you know? An emotion creeps onto Kadar's face. You haven't seen the sheriff exhibit yet. Is that gratitude? It's fleeting, only there for a moment, and it's gone in the blink of an eye. It was trying on my nerves, and you are still far and away proving from that it was the right thing to do, so don't think for a few kind words will let you off the hook. I wonder, how does it feel to bring a lamb to the slaughter the way you did tonight? Do you feel any remorse? Regret? I'm going to enjoy guessing. If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Why are you so mean? Why are you such a backer? Yeah. Let's ask him, yeah, if he enjoys it, I guess. Tell me, do you enjoy, like, being the sheriff? Enjoyment has nothing to do with this. It's my duty. When, Calibros asked me to fill the shoes of the sheriff and root out our enemies, I was glad to serve the sect. When Helena? Yeah, did we go with Helena? Or Helena? Helene? I always forget. When the prince became prince and asked that I kept doing this, I agreed, because I believe the Camarilla, and I respect the fact that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Hella Bruja. God damn it. Bruja is witch in Spanish, and it's pronounced that way. It could be, I mean, Bruja, I mean, they say Bruja in the vampire games I've played, but, you know, I could be wrong. I'm not gonna automatically assume I'm correct, but... He picks up the sword and turns towards the stairs. If more kindred understood that, my job would be much duller, though. On that note, I wish you good night. And watch yourself. You messed up my batting average, so I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. It's right about when Sophie also ends her conversation and walks over to you. Interesting evening, wasn't it? Come. Gregory is waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something, and not in a talkative mood. It's a rather awkward ride back into the city. This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs through a very nice lobby and a luxurious-looking hall into her domain. This is a nice place, isn't it? Oh look, she got naked art on the wall. Sophisticated. There's some history in the Masquerade taking the beginning of the name for the clan going back to the Spanish Inquisition, so pronouncing it Bruja makes sense. Okay, that sounds cool. Oh, excuse me, 2 seconds. Ah, right. Please, have a seat. I shall be right with you. You take in your surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery, an old-school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once, and a Nouveau Rich's living room, meticulously combined together. Ugh, I just got a cigarette. Apologies. Ugh. Old habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. She drags on her cigarette and breathes out. Breathe? How the hell is she doing that? Can I do that? Can I breathe? Oh, yes, you might not know, it takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you'd like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. But I did not bring you here to show off. This is where I rest these nights. That door in the back, the bedroom. Similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I needed your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I meant it. Well, that's not the whole story. I have your interests in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven, and why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me, or else this won't work. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something. When you're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen too often. I would ask you come here when you wake up tomorrow. I have something to discuss with you. I'll be here. I'll come over first thing tomorrow night. I appreciate that. That silence again. There's definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you just yet. She has a giraffe neck. You're now manually breathing. God damn it! I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. We'll give you a lift. A quick trip. I promise you'll show up tomorrow, and some polite goodbyes, and you open the door to your haven and gather your thoughts. It's exciting in a way, being dragged deeper and deeper into the secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you, it's bound to teach you more about this thing you've become. You sink into your vampiric sleep with a sliver of hope. It's a welcome change. Hey, sleepsies! Heading home. Plot is good though. Looking forward to more. Yeah, it's good, isn't it, Ollie? I'm really enjoying this so far. Take care. Safe trip home. That dirty trick doesn't work on me. I'm not manually breathing. But I'm manually blinking. Oh no! Ah! I can also see my nose. Ah! Ha 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 ha. Once more, darkness falls upon the city. You wake up, same as you have these past few nights, in a windowless room. As you pry open the reinforced steel door, you look out the window to see, invariably, a sky bereft of sunlight. And then it hits you. The hunger! Where will you be when hunger strikes? For a moment, you let yourself wonder if there will ever become a night when it's not there. Given what you've learned thus far, you probably have as much chance of kickstarting your heart with jumper cables. And Motley Crue. Kickstart my heart. Wow! Yeah! You lock the apartment door behind you, and head over to Sophie's apartment. You did promise to call on her. Might as well not keep the lady waiting. And hey, what else am I going to do? It's not like I got a social life anymore. You're not you when you're hungry. Get in touch with your boss. He's probably looking for you, if only to scold you for the unattended files piling up on your desk. What's he going to do? Call the cops? Ugh. Not worth the hassle. Oh, excuse me. In other news, every time you brush your teeth, you're effectively cleaning your skeleton. Well, good. Skeletons need looking after.
Rude.
It's important. Rude! My brain has now shut off all the automatic systems. I'm really sorry. Manually breathing is curses! It's so weird when people say that, because you'd start doing it. It's like your bones are wet all the time. Are my bones wet? My bones feel dry. Dry bones. Oh, dry bones, like in Mario. Thank you, by the way, Genesis. Appreciate the bits. Thank you very much. You're almost hoping the few co-workers who seem to give a shit about you were faking it. It would make things easier. A fresh start from the ground up, like old times. These thoughts put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk the crowded streets, same as you have so many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them. Not anymore. At least you aren't aware of your tongue. Damn it! Why? Why? It's like when you can feel your socks pressing against your toes. Ah! Or the fact you can see your own nose. Moist. It's a cursed stream now. Also, blood produced in the bones. That's why skeletons bleed. That makes sense. Skeletons bleed in fear. Burn, all of you. Lapdogs, all of you. And stay down. You're a vampire, kindred, and you need to carve your own path in this strange new existence one way or another. Appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as the thought crosses your mind. A quick word with the security guard and you're left into the elevator. Apparently, Mrs. Langley is expecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait, patiently as the footsteps into the side grow closer. Finally, the door opens and it's Gregory! Hey, Greg! You find the lady herself standing by the window, silhouetted against the city's midnight glow. She stares out motionless like a marble statue. She's not motionless, she's moving! What a scam. If you think about it, some part of you is itching right now. Whee! This is a curse stream. Everything alright? Is everything alright? She doesn't react immediately. She seems to snap out of some meditative stance and looks at you with strangely bleary eyes. Yes, it is. How kind of you to ask. Tell me, when you look out of this city, when you see the lights, the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, what do you think about? You gaze out. The lights and the rain. The relentless honking. Honk! Honk honk. Quick, the relentless healing from outside. Music blasting from a nearby window, echoing off buildings. Someone should record an hour of this and throw it up on YouTube as an ambient piece. You're now aware that there's no comfortable place in your mouth to hold your tongue. Yeah, that one's a bad one. But where do I put my tongue? That's when you think about that when you're trying to sleep. You're like, but where does my tongue go? Do you reckon someone has recorded this scene for an hour and put it up as ambience?
Lewd.
But who was tongue? Therefore, tongue butthole. Yes. Thank you, Theo. Thank you for that. Alright, Dan. God. Oh, I feel really lightheaded. Oh, dear. Ugh. Other than that, though, it's business as usual. The sights, the sound, the smells, you know them all too well. Sophie watches you. You can tell she's disappointed somehow, but she covers it up with a courteous smile. Well, not everyone can appreciate the intricacies that the world offers. In fact, among kindred, my clan is somewhat notorious for finding innate meaning, even in the mundane. You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreador. Yay, bingo! It's because you didn't eat slag. Yeah, it probably is, actually. There's probably a high-pitched sound or hum you've tuned out. Fun fact, I never can tune out because part of my fun thing with my my cluster headaches is visual snow and tinnitus. Yay! She's a Toreador! There are 13 such bloodlines among the kindred, though the number has been contested in the past, and these nights it seems that nothing is certain anymore. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times. The original Inquisition, if you can believe it. They use these to categorize us, describe our inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor, carried from sire to child. For the Toreador, the gift lies in sensitivity of sorts. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see either where most cannot. A blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. Which version of the Malk Mirror do you have? The one from Bloodlines? Not the 5th edition one. Snow? Yeah, visual snow is not normal. No. No, visual snow means that something in your brain's gone a bit wonk. I didn't realise either for a very long time. I told the doctor once, and I was like, talked about like the visual like static I was getting, and they were just like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, I've had this like since forever. I get like flashing lights, I get like shimmering auras, and I get like constant like visual noise. And they're like, huh? Yeah, I've had it since I was a kid as well. Yeah. They were wondering whether it was related to my cluster headaches, but they don't know for certain. The wonk brain is fine. Being normal's overrated. I hear you, Nodded. I hear you, man. Thank you for the bits. Green has eagle vision. Heh, eagle.
Lewd.
The sheriff is of my clan as well. The sheriff is a Toreador. Well, there you go. Although you'd be hard pressed to see him in such, poor Kadar. It breaks my heart to see him in this state. Eagle. Eagle is a lewd word. Absolutely. Still, there is beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Try as she might to act playfully, you can tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are the Ventru, known for their pride and proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, and is quite common in society around society around the globe. Where the blue bloods think themselves rulers, the Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent revolutionaries. They call for universal rebellion while being slaves to their own temper. We don't discuss the rebel much anymore, not after they've largely broken off with the Camarilla. To think they were philosophers once long ago. I will tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. What's my clan? Do I know what my clan is? No, I can only guess it, based on certain aspects of your behaviours and tastes. You'll need to come to your own conclusions to seek validation from your clanmates, if you require such thing. As you'll no doubt learn, some kindred fit these stereotypes more than others. The blood is hard to deny, though there are certainly those who try. But that is perhaps a subject for another time. I invited you here for a reason. There is something I wanted to speak to you about. Procliv oui. Yes, oui. Pronunciation vocaroos. What about vivois? We like vivois. Spread eagle is a thing. Spread eagle is a thing, it's true. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organise into coteries. Sometimes these are called by the prince themselves, or mandated by a fledgling sire. In our case, you may treat it as more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn more about our society, but also because it's useful. True friendships are rare among kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. We might be selfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. Do you have your own coterie? Are you part of one? I do have those I trust enough to work with, yes. Not a coterie exactly, though I have joined several of those over the years. Not in over a century, though. You, however, would do well to meet some of the city's younger kindred and see if you can find a connection. It's an essential experience for one so young. She puts on a mysterious smile. I spent some of my precious time last night asking around, pondering potential kindred for you to meet. Come up with a short list of contacts. I hope you appreciate the gesture. Forging a partnership with them might offer perspectives and viewpoints that I cannot provide, lenses through which to view our kind. They are all members of the Camarilla, of course. More or less. Okay. Alright then, let's hear it. Who's on the list? Proclivibruha. Cobrivlahubluhava. You'll never understand how people who speak English natively can't pronounce English words. English is hard. Eager to learn about them, I see. Good, I'm glad. So let's start with the Tremere. They are a powerful clan, disliked by many, but feared and respected by many more. They have been an important pillar of the Camarilla since the very beginning. They are the blood sorceresses. Blood sorcerers? You flash back to one of those nights when your ex would stay out late playing video games. Not a pleasant connotation. Bree-hoo, brouhaha, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang, bree-hee, brouhaha, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang, bo-bo-ba-da-bo-bo. Thank you, Theo. Sophie snickers. Oh, child, don't be caught up with the look on your face when you meet a warlock in person. They really are adept at using their bitey, their own as well as others, to unique and potent effects. Since they're quite rigid in their hierarchy, the kindred I had in mind might need some persuading. His name is Agathon. From what I hear, he's quite the scholar, very ambitious. The child of a noted Tremere here in New York, Aisling Sturbridge. Spend enough time with Agathon, I'm sure you'll run into him sooner or later. Blood magic. Intriguing. Oh yes, fascinating. It's also a well-kept secret of the Tremere. Don't expect them to share it right away. Some things have to be earned. Anyway, if you wish to contact the young Tremere, I hear you can usually find him on a New Age bookstore out on Broadway. The Tremere have one of their workshops there. Gregory will give you the deal. Fucking Gregory, what a good man. Now, this next recommendation comes with a bit of a caveat. As you recall me saying, most bloodlines have a unique feature that might not be obvious at first glance. Well, there is one clan whose members wear their curse on their sleeve. Would this be the Nosferatu? The Nosferatu. The way she said it, you're pretty sure it should mean something to you. Other than sounding foreign, it doesn't ring any bells. No wonder they make their havens in sewers, abandoned buildings and such. Their appearance is hideous and obviously unnatural. Had they walked the streets like other kindred, the kind would have learned of our existence long ago. Did she just shudder? It's hard to tell with her usual complexion, but you can swear her skin suddenly took on a more sickly colour. Hey, Froggy! We're basically talking to Sophie right now, asking her, she's asking us to meet some other new or fresh vampires. The one I have in mind isn't as big as an eyesore as the worst of them, but he's no Adonis either. Still, he has some talents and connections it might find useful. His name is D'Angelo, and he has an office, for lack of a better term, in the otherwise abandoned grain terminal in Red Hook. Right next to one of those Swedish stores, the name escapes me, the one with the awful furniture. IKEA, probably. Ween sucked off old person. I did, I sucked off an old grandpa. Svensk. What, IKEA? I love we can ask if it's IKEA. That's hilarious. A Swedish furniture store? You mean IKEA? Yes, that's it. My mind struggles to retain things that are aesthetically displeasing. D'Angelo does odd jobs for Kadar. digging up dirt, locating kindred who prefer to remain hidden. The kind of work that the Nosferatu are best at. He's on a case right now, something to do with kind murders, I think. After your initial brush with our dear sheriff, I think it'd be wise to show some goodwill towards his agenda. Assisting D'Angelo with his investigation might be just the thing. Takes a brief pause, look out the window again. Now come two more exotic proposals. No IKEA for you, Stockholm. The vampirist doesn't like it. Sophie's apartment is nothing but IKEA kits. Yeah, just like put-togethers. Exotic, as if the blood mage and the vampire detective were business as usual. You may have heard about the Gangrel before. They are a wild clan in touch with their beast in a way that others might not dare to attempt. They mostly keep out of big cities, but there are exceptions. Normally, they haven't been a part of the Camarilla in over 2 decades. But the one kindred I'd like to meet has a strong, shall we say, familial ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was instrumental during the Battle of New York back in 1999. That's when, I believe, Julius Belmont killed Dracula, but you know. The very stained battle that cemented this city as a Camarilla domain. Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognised. Tamika and a number of her siblings still reside in the domain they were awarded after the battle, Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some years ago, fed up with being unappreciated. You mentioned siblings? Like biological brothers and sisters? No, not in the mortal sense. The Gangrel sometimes use the word brood to indicate child begat by the same sire. As you can probably tell, they take the whole animal motif quite far. I'm not sure how many of them there are, but they're rumored to be a tight-knit group. The Gangrel often act on instinct, so when you meet Tamika or her siblings, careful not to slight them. They're easily provoked and can hold a grudge for a very long time. I speak from experience. So you see, seeking out Tamika could prove quite educational, if nothing else. And who knows, perhaps you'll find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But speaking of change of pace, I have a last suggestion. That's not one I make lightly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. She's a Malkavian. Yay! They are uniquely cursed clan. For centuries we consider them mad, insane and unhinged. But those of us who spend enough time with them can come to understand the truth. Fish milk. It is no sickness, but a unique perspective of the world that has appeared to us as unstable, and that perspective can be very valuable. Having a Malkavian as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred. I got this turtle. His name is Leopold. As for Hope, specifically, she is said to be a recluse. I have on good authority she may currently be found in an internet cafe. I believe it's called in Lower Manhattan. Gregory has the address. An internet cafe? Quaint. I really wouldn't know. But since you brought it up, be aware the Camarilla is highly critical of using the internet to communicate. The Second Inquisition made sure of that. Exercise caution when at a haven. Well, I believe that's all of them. We still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I'll leave you to use it. Use tonight and tomorrow night to arrange some cordial visits of your own. I'll send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your services. Oh, that reminds me. You will need a car. Join us downstairs, will you? She smiles once more and turns to her driver. He helps her put on the coat, and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie points to one of the cars in the building, as Gregory hands you the keys.
Lewd.
It's a rather inconspicuous compact car. A decent looking, if not luxurious, ride. The best Malkavian story I know is still the fact they're connecting and sometimes do odd things to play mind games on everyone else. Like the time all the Malkavians everywhere suddenly acted sane for like a month. Made everyone really freaked. Yeah, that's really, which I love. They're great. The Malkavian network can be quite funny. Thank you, Nodden. They're 50% crazy, 50% wise, and 100% fun for the whole family. Suitable. Stay safe, Victoria. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last. As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you had for the past few nights. Nyam! A blessing or a burden. With a list of addresses in hand, you consider your next move. So that's Tamika, I guess. Can we click on them to find out more? Yeah. That's Hope. That's the Nosferatu guy, I guess? D'Angelo? Well, he's not hideous. That's Tamika, I guess. And that's the blood sorceress Agathon. However, I think this would be a beautiful time to stop. So we can have a think about what we're going to do, give some time people to pop back in for next time as well, and see where we're going to go next time. Whee! I know, I'm sorry, but this is a good time to stop. No reeing. Whee! Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I love, this is great. This is great. I love getting back into Vampire. I love, it's really nice to get back into the universe again. Though I do plan on continuing my Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines playthroughs. Not that long from now, really. But I want to get back to Scarlet, to the Ventru, which I feel will be quite fitting. Love you all. I hope you've enjoyed Storytime with Ween. It's good fun. I hope it makes for an interesting listening experience. This has been Storytime with Ween. Indeed, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Thanks, Cowhat. Thanks, dear. Good night, everyone. Good night. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Mwah.